moving on to the next slide, which is the threat agent slide. When we talk about threat agents, specifically I want to also emphasize on what kind of things we do with in terms of specifically we need to understand what is the business function of the application, what data does that application store or process, and what is the data that can give to the attacker. Either it is at rest or it is at transit. So rest is in terms of when it's stored in the device, where is it stored, how secure it is. When it is in transit, how it is being transmitted, and what kind of information is being transmitted, and whether the application will have access to any particular private data. So the privacy of the user is also at large, because definitely when an application can have access to something else, it can also have to a personal data, and whether how it is sandboxed. And the major problem or challenge is that most of the users, for the sake of convenience, they do jailbreak their iOS devices or root their Androids for getting the immediate or the available ROM, which is still not available in the market, but currently which is being spent through by different people. So that way what happens is like this would affect how the application is behaving, because specifically when you jailbreak a device, jail is nothing but jailbreak. If you break that into two words, it's jail. It's what they're calling Apple as. They're putting all the applications in a particular stuff, and you can't use it because as Android gives the convenience of you to have so many different types of icons, colors, themes, and all that. iOS doesn't give you. So synonymously, they have put it as the Apple and jail, and you're breaking it. So you're breaking the ice from there, and you can do anything with your device. Typical way of looking at it from a user standpoint, yes, since I bought the device, I want to do anything else. But today it's not the case, because you are actually at an issue in terms of when you take it, when you are unsecuring your device from the, or you are letting away from the shackles of the security, which in fact you are putting up into a easier perspective to the attacker. And the rooted device for an Android, the rooted is nothing but gaining Android is based on a Linux shell, and rooting is nothing but gaining the root level access or the highest level of super user access, where you can do anything with, you can actually get any application, any permission for a particular thing. So your underlying system is being accessed upon. So talking about the different types of threat agents, specifically the available, you have a malicious SMS, which can actually give you a kind of situation where you would definitely have some information being stolen by clicking a particular link in the SMS what you've got, or you have a specific malware on the device which is actually accessing your application, which should not be able to access upon. And you have a malicious developer who has written a particular application which is actually, you see it as a simple calculator, but at the end of the day, the calculator is trying to get some information out from your mobile device. And a typical app store approver or reviewer, or who fails to actually review a particular code or a malicious application, so that will give way to user's device in terms of it. Any stolen device, yes, any stolen device will have a lot of information, sensitive information belonging to the owner of the device, so that way it is actually a problem to you. And any script, in terms of script executing in the browser with the HTML5, so any script code which is being written in a language similar to a JavaScript can be executed, and which actually can rip off some information from your mobile. So these are the different types of threat agents what typically you have in a mobile device, which will not be which all of them will not be a part of it in terms of when you talk through a web, because if you if your desktop or a laptop is stolen, you might have an encryption methodology which is securing your file system, or your corporate government has allowed all the information to be stored on a secure server rather than on your device. So that can actually give a lot of confidence to you, but you never know because nothing is being actually looked upon on a typical mobile device.